Hey everybody, welcome back. I am bored. COVID this year has made me bored, and so I have gone into the hobby of board gaming. And today I will be playing Dungeons and Dragons Wrath of Ashardalon. And this is the Dungeons and Dragons board game equivalent, or not equivalent, but board game translation of their infamous Dungeons and Dragons RPG. So it's not quite the same. Dungeons and Dragons RPG is a very complex, immersive world that requires a dungeon master. I've never played it, but I know friends who have. And you build your character, you go through campaigns, and it's perpetual, it's ongoing, you're always developing your character. The board game aspect, or the board game version, tries to capture the essence of dungeon crawling, the essence of character development, and encounters with demons and minions, and stringing along a sort of a theme or a ultimate, I guess, villain in the series. The Wrath of Ashardalon is the second board game that they have. The first one that they came out with was Castle Ravenloft, and I believe there are about 6 or 7. I think there's a new one that's come out. And I chose Wrath of Ashardalon for a couple reasons. One, I love the artwork. Look at that dragon. It's a massive dragon that comes in this box. And let me see if I can hold it up for you here as I dig out of it in a plastic bag. But this thing, let me focus in. There you go. Look at this. Massive dragon that comes with this game. Now, not every scenario you play against Ashardalon, but it can happen. So this is a dungeon crawler, more true to form dungeon crawler. As you explore, you reveal the dungeon through your dungeon tiles, which I have over here, and you'll be encountering different demons or minions, and as you defeat them, you earn experience. That experience can be used to aid you or to upgrade your character. I'm not going to go through all the rules. You can definitely find the rulebook online. You can also read the rulebook and go through the watch it played video of how to play the game. That's how I learned, and it intrigued me because there's a lot going on. You have different powers. Your character that you choose, you have a set of power-based skills, one-time use skills, or perpetual skills that you have, and you kind of have to craft your character on what you think would be best for you. We're going to play a 2-player game. I played solo. It's not easy solo, so I have a second player to play. I think this scales very well. It has up to 5 players, and it scales very well. As you add more players, you will be adding more demons onto the board. So it scales quite nicely, but it does make it very challenging. After you defeat demons, you earn treasure. Those treasures can help aid you and give you bonuses, also very useful. So there are, I think, 13 missions or scenarios in this book, or in this particular board game. And I played almost 3 of them. The one that I'm playing today is the Mysterious Chamber, which I like. Basically, we are exploring the dungeon till we come across a mysterious chamber, and there are 14 chamber cards that you'll be choosing. I chose one random one. I have no idea what's in store for me. And once it's revealed, we'll find out exactly what the end result or what the ultimate encounter will be. So I picked this one also because it was the right price point. The other ones are a bit more expensive. This one was supposed to build on the mechanics of Castle Ravenloft, improve on a few things, and add a few things. And each version after that, I think the next one is Legend of Dritz, then there's Tomb of Annihilation, Elemental Evil, and there's a new one that's out, Mage of Water, or Water Mage, or something like that. All those add additional elements and improvements to the previous series, but they're all supposed to be able to tie together, so I can use the heroes or monsters from this set with any of the other set. I don't know if I can use the dungeon tiles, but I can definitely use the characters and possibly the encounter cards or the treasure cards. So I'm going to go through a play of this game. We are doing the Mysterious Chamber. So there's one last cover shot of the Dungeons and Dragons. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, so here's our initial start tile. Today we will be playing with Vistra. She is a dwarf fighter with an armor class of 17, health hit points of 8, speed value of 5. The armor class here is basically your defense, your hit points is your health. She has a special ability which is Cast Iron Stomach. She gets a +5 to rolls to end poisoned condition. And she also starts with a handful. I've chosen her cards here. I'm not going to go through each one of them. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every single rule, but I will explain them as I go along as best as I can. Here's her character. She's short and stocky. So we'll put her here. Our other character is Heskin. Heskin is a dragonborn wizard. He has an armor class of 14, hit points of 6, and a speed value of 6. We also have our 2 healing surges. That is the recommended number of healing surges for an average game. So we're just going to put it right here for us. And they each have a beginning treasure card, which is the Potion of Healing for Heskin, and the Staff of Elements. She gets a +2 to attack rolls when attacking monsters within 1 tile. That's pretty good. Actually, that would be very helpful. So we'll put Heskin over here. And we are going to do a roll to see who goes first. There's Vistra's. She's got a 7. And Heskin is rolling a 12. So Heskin will go first. So we're going to just use this to indicate who goes. So during your game, you will be going through the sequence of play, which is your hero phase, in which case you can move, attack and move, or move twice. Then you enter your exploration phase, where if you end up at the edge, unexplored edge of your tile, you can reveal a new tile, and you would draw a monster card, place that monster on that new tile. If there is a black triangle, you will also reveal an encounter card. If you don't end up on the edge, unexplored edge, then you'll be drawing an encounter card. And then in your villain phase, you'll activate a villain if they're present, and any of the monsters that you control. What's unique about Dungeons and Dragons is as you reveal monsters, they call it under the control of the active player. So if I reveal a monster and under Vistra's turn, she will be activating it under her turn. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start with Heskin. Heskin is going to go ahead, and he's got a special ability called Mirror Image. Mirror Image is, we use this to bring out 3 mirror tokens. And those mirror tokens, once I find them, those mirror tokens are going to provide, these mirror tokens are going to provide +2 AC for each mirror token. So he will have a total of 6 AC bonus. Each time a monster misses, he loses one of these mirror tokens. So it's a sort of a temporary bonus to his defense. Because we've used this, it's a utility, it's a one-time use, we flip it over. One-time use for utility, one-time use for daily powers, but at-will powers can be used over and over again during your turn. So I'm going to move. So he's going to move. Actually, you know what? We're going to move over here. We're going to move over with Vistra. And because I have ended my turn on an unexplored edge, I'm going to pull from the top tile, and I'm going to lay the tile with the arrow pointing towards me. It is a white direction arrow, which means that I don't need to draw an encounter card during the villain phase. I do, however, need to draw a monster card for Heskin, and he's going to get the Human Cultist. They will appear in the burn mark of the tile, and it goes under his control. You might not be able to see all the all the enemies or minions that each player controls, but I'll make reference to them as we go along. So the human cultist, we've now ended our exploration phase. We now move into the villain phase, which we don't need to draw an encounter card because of the white triangle. If it was black, we would. And now the human cultist is going to activate. So the human cultist, what I like about these monsters, it's very straightforward to follow. It's almost programmed. If a certain condition, then they do it. If not, then they'll do. If it's a different condition, it'll do this. So in this situation, if the cultist is within one tile of the hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero, and it will attack with a poison dagger. So it's the closest hero is Heskin. It's going to move adjacent. It has attack +6, and it's 1 in poisoned. 1 damage of 1 in poison. So we're going to roll. It rolls a 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. It is a successful hit. So Heskin will lose 1 damage, and he'll be poisoned. Poison means that on his next turn, at the beginning, he will take 1 damage. So with his mirror tokens, he keeps them because this was a successful hit. If it was a mishit, then he would lose 1. That ends his turn. It is now Vistra's turn. So Vistra is going to move adjacent to the human cultist, and then she is going to do Sure Strike. Sure Strike is an at-will power. It's a +11 to her roll, and it's a 1 damage. So she gets a 1, and 11 is 12, but the human cultist is 14. So we will go ahead, we're going to use Inspiring Advice, which is when a hero misses a monster with an attack, we get to reroll. If it's a miss, if it misses again, we don't flip that card over. This is a utility power. We get an 18, it is a hit, so we're going to flip this card over, and the human cultist is dead. Now, once we've defeated the human cultist, you'll see that the human cultist has a 1 experience. I'll collect them over here off camera. And as we gain experience, we can spend 5 experience to cancel encounter cards, or we can spend 5 experience to upgrade our character if we roll a natural 20. So once she's done that, she draws a treasure. You can only draw 1 treasure per turn, even if you kill more than 1 monster. So she has the Potion of Recovery, in which she can use at any time, which actually she will. So Potion of Recovery is end one condition on your hero or an adjacent hero. So she's going to discard this right away, and she's going to end the poison condition on Heskin and help him out. So, oh, actually I forgot. We had a +2. That would have been 3, 3. Actually, it would have been enough. I didn't actually have to use this one. So because I had this Staff of Elements, I gained +2 bonus. I rolled a 1 the initial time. So that would have been 3. 3 plus 11 would have been 14. The human cultist is 14. So you know what? I'm just going to cheat a little, pretend I didn't use that one. Okay. So now we go into the exploration phase. I have not landed at the edge of an unexplored edge of a tile. So I'm going to skip to the villain phase, in which case I'm going to draw an encounter card. The encounter card says, do guard outpost, draw 5 monster cards, discard any monster that is not a devil. Shuffle the remaining cards and put them back on the monster deck. So I draw 5. I have Orc Smasher, Human Cultist, Gibbering Mouther, and Grell. So none of these are devil, so I discard them all. And we discard this card. That ends her turn. It is now Heskin's turn. So there are no monsters on the board. And by the way, Vistra had no monsters to control. So Heskin's going to go ahead and we're going to move up here. So we're going to move in. End of my hero phase. So that means I'm going to draw the exploration phase. So this is a tile with a black triangle. And I will be drawing a monster card, which is a snake. The snake is armor class of 13, hit point of 1. And it does poison damage. So Heskin has moved in, and because of the black triangle, we are also going to pull an encounter card during the villain phase. Frenzied Leap. If a monster is on the same tile as an active hero, that hero takes 2 damage. Otherwise, draw a monster card and place its figure on the closest tile with an unexplored edge. So the snake is not on the same tile as Heskin, so he doesn't take damage. So instead, we're going to draw a monster card, which is a gibbering mouther. And we are going to place the figure on the closest tile with an unexplored edge. So the closest tile with an unexplored edge would be right here. So the gibbering mouther has an armor class of 14, hit points of 2, attack plus 8, and it does 1 damage plus dazed. So this is a really bad combination for Heskin. Okay, so we are now in the villain phase. There's no villain, but we are activating. We've already done the encounter. The snake goes first. You activate, the active hero activates the monsters that they control in the order in which they were revealed. So the first one was a snake. So if the snake is within 1 tile of the hero, it moves adjacent and attacks with a venomous bite. So it's going to move adjacent right here and attack with a venomous bite. It rolls an 18. It is a successful hit, and Heskin is now poisoned. The gibbering mouther, if the gibbering mouther is within 1 tile of a hero, it attacks all heroes within 1 tile. So this is within 1 tile, so it's going to attack both. So we'll do Heskin first. It's a plus 8. We get a 1. Plus 8 is 9. 9 is not good enough, so he survives, but he has to remove 1 of his mirror image. And now the second attack against Vistra gets another 1. Lucky us. She has an armor class of 17, so they survived. Nobody gets any damage. Okay, so now that ends Heskin's turn. So we are going to go ahead and we will go to Vistra. Vistra is going to move in. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to move right here. She's going to use her Reaping Strike. She attacks 1 monster twice. And each attack is plus 4 and does 1 damage. The gibbering mouther has a hit point of 2. So she gets a plus 2 to her attack, so it's actually plus 6. So first attack rolls an 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. The gibbering mouther is 14, so it is going to take 1 damage. And her second attack, she rolls another 8, which is another 14, so the gibbering mouther is dead. Gibbering mouther dies, we collect that, and she draws a treasure. You or an adjacent hero regains 2 hit points. She gets the potion of healing as well. So she's going to hold on to that because she may use that for Heskin very soon. So that was Reaping Strike, and now she is now at the edge, unexplored edge. We reveal the top tile. So link it in place. She's going to draw a monster card. It is the Kobold Dragon Shield. He has a armor class of 16, hit points of 1, and it goes under Vistra. Okay, because she drew a black triangle, she's also drawing an encounter card. Volcanic Vapors. Place the Volcanic Vapor marker on the active hero's tile. So, Volcanic Vapors is this. And a hero that moves onto this tile or starts his or her turn in this tile is poisoned. So now this is a hazard, not a trap, it's a hazard. So Vistra is already in there. She didn't move in there and she didn't start in there, so it doesn't affect her yet. So now we move into her villain phase, and she's going to activate the monster she controls, which is Kobold Dragon Shield. If the Kobold Dragon Shield is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, we're going to draw from the bottom of the tile and place it in with a monster. So he is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, so he's going to place this one here. We ignore the triangle in this situation. We draw another monster card. It's another Kobold Dragon Shield. The active hero doesn't control more than 1 type of the same character, so she can't have that one, so we draw another one. It is a snake. Now, Heskin already has a snake, which is fine. Vistra doesn't have a snake already, so she can control a snake and Heskin can control a snake. But when the snake activates, every snake on the board activates at the same time. So the Cobalt Dragon Shield activated, pulled a tile, and now the snake is going to activate. So we will start with this snake. This snake is on a tile and is adjacent, and he's going to do an attack on Heskin. It rolls a 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 is a miss, so he loses another mirror image because it was a miss, and he's already poisoned, so it doesn't matter. This snake moves in one tile closer. So that ends Vistra's turn, and now it is Heskin's turn. When Heskin starts his turn, because he's poisoned, he takes 1 damage. So he now has 4 hit points left. At the end of my hero phase, I can roll a dice on a 10 or higher. I am cured of my poison. Okay. So if I enter this area, I will also be poisoned because of the volcanic vapors. And because Vistra is going to start her turn in there, she will be poisoned as well. So Heskin has an option now. So what we're going to do is we are going to use Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning is attack up to 2 monsters. Each monster can be on your tile or any tile within 1 tile of you. Or maybe we should use this one. Sure. Actually, we'll use Hypnotism. Okay. I have an idea. So we're going to use Hypnotism, which is choose a monster within 1 tile of you. I choose a snake. Move the monster 1 tile. So I'm going to move it here. If it is adjacent to another monster, make an attack against the second monster. So here we will attack the other snake. So it's a +9. We get a 6 plus 9 is 15. The snake is 13. So his snake, Vistra's snake, is actually dead. So he gains a treasure. His treasure is Shield of Protection. You gain +1 armor class. So he now gets 15 for his armor class, plus his 2, so he has 17 in total. That was his attack. We're going to play his Hurled Breath. We can take this snake off. We're going to choose 1 tile within 2 tiles of you, and we attack each monster on that tile. This attack does not count as an attack. So 1, 2 tiles. It's a roll, +5. We roll a 2. It's 7. But Vistra is going to use her Inspiring Advice and reroll the attack. Now we get a 2 again. Unbelievable. So the attack misses. Do not flip this card over. So it is another miss. Okay. Now Heskin can move. He's not inclined to move through, but he can. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll move here. He's already poisoned. So this ends his hero phase, and I'm going to roll to see if I am no longer poisoned. I get a 4, so I am still poisoned. Not good. So on my next turn, I will be losing another health. So I'm going to flip this card over because I used it. And here we go. So we start, we ended the hero phase. He did not end up on an unexplored edge, so he's going to draw an encounter card. Wandering monster, draw a monster card and place its figure on any tile with an unexplored edge. The monster card is a Dugard guard. We will place him over here. And that is under Heskin's control. And now we are going to activate the snake. The snake is adjacent to Heskin and is going to do an attack. He's still poisoned, so It is a 17. He's still poisoned. It doesn't matter. The next thing to happen is do guard. He is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, so he's going to draw from the bottom of the tile, place the tile on, draw another monster card, and it is a Cave Bear. Cave Bear is going to show up, armor class of 14 with hit points of 2, and it activates, and it's going to move one tile closer to the nearest hero. So that ends Heskin's turn. We're over at Vistra. So we are going to be poisoned because she's starting her turn. She is now poisoned. But at the end of her hero phase, she can attempt to heal herself. So she is going to go ahead and she's going to move. She's going to move. We're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. She's going to attack the Kobold Dragon Shield with her adjacent Sure Strike. This is the Kobold Dragon Shield. She's rolling for it. She gets a +2. She has 16, 18. That's more than enough. Kobold Dragon Shield only has a health of 1. It's dead. She draws a treasure. And she gets +1 armor class. So she now has 18, which is great. She's going to spend her potion of healing. And she's going to help her buddy out and heal him too. So Heskin is back to full strength at 6. And now we are going to... We didn't end up at an unexplored edge, so now it's the end of our turn. We're going to see if we are still poisoned. She gets a +5. We get 12, 17. She ends her poison streak. So that's great. And now she has she didn't end up at the edge of an unexplored tile, so we draw an encounter card. Hidden Snipers. Whenever the active hero ends his or her phase on a tile that does not have another hero on it, the active hero takes 1 damage. I really don't like this one. So like I said, the experience points that you collect, you can use to cancel encounter cards. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 6. So I'm going to spend 5 experience points to cancel this encounter card. And now she activates any enemies in her control. She doesn't have any. So it ends her turn, and we go to Heskin. Heskin is poisoned, so he loses another health right from the get-go. And he has several options. He has the snake, the Dugard, and the Cave Bear. They're not really a threat to him right now, so he's going to use Arc Lightning, and he's going to do his attack. He rolls an 8. An 8 plus 7 is 15 on the snake, who has 13. That is a successful hit. The snake is dead, and he draws a treasure. It is, Pearl of Power. You can flip one of your used powers up. So we're going to flip his Hurled Breath, and we're going to discard this card. Okay, we did the attack, we can still move, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to move up to this edge. We're just going to move and shift this over. We've ended our hero phase. We're going to roll to see if he's still poisoned. He rolls an 11, so he is no longer poisoned. And we pull a tile because we're at the unexplored edge. And we have pulled out a black triangle, but let's do the monster first. Oh, he gets another snake. So another snake appears at the burn mark. We enter the villain phase. We drew a black triangle. Out comes the encounter. Lovely. Whirling Blades. So Whirling Blades is a trap. A trap gets activated each time you have your villain phase. Move this marker one tile towards the closest hero, then attack each hero on the marker's tile. So it's going to appear here. We trigger this trap during the villain phase, move the whirling phase marker. So we put the trap under his control. And now that was the whirling blades. And now we go into our villain phase where we activate the monster and the trap. So the Do Guard activates first. He is not on an edge, an unexplored edge. So he is going to move in one tile closer to the closest hero. The cave bear is also going to move in. The snake is going to move in with a venomous bite adjacent. Venomous bite. +7 poisoned. It's a 20, so he is poisoned again. Okay, and the whirling blades is going to attack. It's +8. It's a 2 damage, and even with a miss, it's 1. And to disable this, you would roll a 10 or higher instead of attacking. So here we go. Rolls a 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 is a successful hit. Let's see. She has an armor class of 15, 16, 17, so that is a hit. So Heskin is taking 2. Okay. So that was no fun. And that ends Heskin's turn. It is now Vistra's turn. Vistra is going to should we help him out? Because Whirling Blades is going to do another attack. So oh, that's a tough one. Okay, so we're going to move here. Okay, and instead of attacking, we're going to attempt to disable the Whirling Blades. We rolled a 6. So it's no good. We missed it. And that's it. Okay, so that was no good. Now we activate, we activate our exploration phase. She's not on an unexplored edge, which means she's now drawing an encounter card. The encounter card is Blinding Bomb. Attack each hero within 1 tile of the active hero, so they're both going to be attacked. After the attack, each sentry monster in play moves 1 tile towards the closest tile with an unexplored edge. We do not have, oh, we do have a sentry, the Do Guard. Okay, so we're doing an attack. We're doing 1 attack together. Here we go. +8. It is a 6 plus 8, which is 14. It misses on Vistra, and it also misses on Heskin because he has 17. So I assume, is this only for monster attacks? Ah, so it's a monster, so I don't lose this one. So that's good. And then the sentry monster, each sentry monster moves 1 tile towards the closest tile with an unexplored edge. So he's going to move here instead. And we discard this card. So now she activates her monsters. She has none in her control. So we now move over to Heskin. Heskin loses 1 because he's poisoned. And he is going to use his potion of healing to regain 2. Okay. And he is going to do his arc lightning. He gets a 20, so there's a natural 20. If I had 5 experience, I could upgrade him, but I can't. So that is a successful hit on the snake. He pulls a treasure, which is Lucky Charm. You can re-roll the dice. Okay. And that ends the snake right here. We should have probably rolled to disable the trap, but it is what it is. And now he's going to move to this tile. Okay. He ends his turn. And he's going to roll to see if he's poisoned. He rolls an 11. He is no longer poisoned. And now we are at an unexplored edge. We pull a tile. This is a long hallway. So we're going to pull another one. We draw a monster card. It is a orc archer. He appears here. We don't need to draw another. Even though this is a black triangle, we ignore it. If they were both black triangles, then it would be an encounter card. They both have to match. So we've got our long hallway. We've got our orc archer who has appeared. And now we end our exploration phase and we move into our villain phase. So we're going to activate the Dugard first. He's not on a tile with an unexplored edge. He's going to move in one closer. Cave Bear, also going to move in one closer. And the Whirling Blades is going to do an attack on Vistra. It is a 19 plus an 8, so she takes 2 damage. And the Orc Archer is within 2 tiles, not adjacent, but within 2 tiles. It's going to do an arrow. The arrow is a plus 6, 2 damage with a minimum of 1. Rolls a 2 plus 6, so Heskin takes 1 damage. Minimum 1. It's a miss. It's still 1. So even though it was a miss, he loses his mirror token. And he now only has 15 armor class. Okay, so that was the end of Heskin's turn. He is going to... Here we go. Vistra! Vistra is she's going to attempt to disable the Whirling Blades because it's just going to follow us. So instead of attacking, she is going to roll to disable. She gets a 13. So this Whirling Blade is now disabled. You don't get any experience for disabling a trap. So now she can move. She's going to move to this tile over here. It's at an unexplored edge. She will draw. This is the end of her hero phase. So she's going to draw a tile. When she comes out, she's going to draw a monster. It is a Dugard Guard. Probably not a good idea to do this. And she also draws an encounter card, which is choose a damaged monster. That monster regains 1 hit point. We have no damaged characters, so we're okay there. So now it is in her villain phase. She's going to activate the Dugard Guard. He is on a tile with an unexplored edge, so he draws from the bottom, and we'll place it right here. And we place another monster, which is another Orc Archer, which shows up right here. And he activates. He is within 2 tiles of Vistra, and he's going to do a range attack. He gets a 17 plus his 6 with his arrow. She takes 2. She takes 2, so she is down to 4. Down to 4 hit points. And that ends her turn. So we are going to move to Heskin. Okay, Heskin is going to do his Arc Lightning. I can attack up to 2 monsters. Each monster can be on your tile or a tile within 1 of you. So I'm going to attack the Orc Archer and the Dugard Guard. But the Dugard Guard is only 2. So, when he activated, this activated, so this one should be here. Yeah, okay. And when this Orc Archer, when she activated her Orc Archer, this Orc Archer should have activated too, which would attack Heskin. Sorry, let me take a look. And it is a 12, so Heskin would take 2 as well. Sorry, I think I knocked the camera. Okay, that's not good. So Heskin's going to do Attack up to 2 monsters each tile. So here we go. He rolls an 18. Attack up to 2 monsters. Each monster can be a tile. So we are attacking the Orc Archer. This is 1 Orc Archer, which would be his. Defeated. He takes a treasure. I can flip up one of my used powers. This is really useful. And the other attack would have happened to... This is a 9. A 9 plus 7 is 15, which is a miss on the Guard. So now I'm going to use this one. Choose a tile within 2 tiles of you. Attack each monster on that tile. This does not count as an attack action. So I'm going to do that one. And it is a +9. Oh, I get 1 plus 9, so that's a miss. So she's going to use her inspiring. No, she won't use inspiring. He's going to use his re-roll. He gets a 9. 9 plus 5 is 14, which is still not good enough. So she will use her inspiring advice. Rolls a 4, it's a miss as well, so that doesn't do anything. And we're going to do this, but I'm going to discard Potion of Rejuvenation and reflip it. There we go. Okay, so that ends Heskin's turn. He did his attack, but he hasn't moved. So he's going to move. He's going to move in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to move right here. He is at the... Well, actually, should we move over here or over here? Let's try to stay together. Let's move here. Unexplored edge. This is now the exploration. Pulls out a tile. This is another Guard, but he already controls one. So we scrap that. We pull out, oh, Legion Devil. I hate Legion Devil. Legion Devil shows up in 3s. And we also draw an encounter card. The encounter card says, you are cursed. Place this card on your hero card. As a reminder, you take -4 penalty to attack rolls while this curse is active. At the end of your hero phase, you can, if you roll a 10, you discard it. So we'll put this on his card to remind me. And now we activate. So the Guard is the first one to activate. We'll activate this one first. Moves in 1 tile closer. This doesn't do anything because here there's no unexplored edge. And otherwise, the Guard moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. So he can move here. He would be moving here as the closest. If he were, well, technically, this is the closest hero, right? Yeah, so he doesn't move. He'll stay here. The Cave Bear is going to move in 1. The Legion Devil is going to attack, and he is within 1 tile, so they all move adjacent, and they each count as an attack. So Heskin's not going to survive this. So first attack, it's a +11. That is 18. So it is a damage of 1. So that means Heskin is down. The next Legion Devil is going to attack, but it is not within 1 tile. So this Legion Devil is going to move here. And this Legion Devil is going to move in here. Okay, so on our next turn for Heskin, he has the opportunity to come back to life. It's Vistra's turn. Vistra's not too happy here. Oh, this is not helping me very much. We've got a lot of Legion Devils here. And the Orc Archer. The Orc Archer is really a pain. So, but so are the Legion Devils. This is actually really bad. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move. Okay, so we're going to move over here. Then we're going to use Taunting Advance. No, we're just going to attack one adjacent monster. Sure Strike on Legion Devil. I roll a 8 plus 11 is 19. Legion Devil is dead. You don't get a treasure until you defeat all 3 Legion Devils. And I have stopped at an unexplored edge. I draw the tile. Huh. This is unlikely, but here we go. So we have revealed the chamber. Now this is really interesting because I'm actually out of tile space. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to shift these tiles out of the way so I can make room. There is no point going all the way back. So we're just going to shift this down. Okay. And now we have revealed the dire chamber. When this happens, this is during her exploration, we're going to pull the tiles off. There are special tiles marked for this. So we're going to do this one. We'll do this one. We'll do this one. And we'll do this one. And we will pull in this one. Okay, so we have our chamber card that we have not seen yet, and we're about to reveal what happens. Here we go. Evil, Altar, Chamber. I've played this one. What are the chances? Drawing a card out of 14. We are looking for an altar marker. Where are my markers here? Here's my altar. The altar has a hit point of 5 and an armor class of 12. On any chamber tile, we will place it up front and center. Starting with the active hero, each player draws a monster card. So Vistra will draw a monster card. It is the Legion Devil. She doesn't control Legion Devil, so she's going to place that Legion Devil over here. And for Heskin, he's going to draw a Kobold Dragon Shield. And we'll place that one over, we don't want to do that one, over here, over there. The object of this mission or scenario is to destroy the altar. There we go, we'll put that there as reference. So that was her move in. She explored. She now doesn't need to draw an encounter card because we have exposed the dire chamber. So now she goes in straight into activating a villain and her monsters. There are no villains, so we start with the Dugard Guard. So we're going to start with this Dugard Guard. He's going to move in one tile closer. This Dugard Guard has no other, so he's going to move in one tile closer. The Orc Archer is within 2 tiles. 1, 2. So he's going to do an arrow attack. He gets a 1 plus 6, but she takes a minimum of 1. Then the Legion Devil activates. So this Legion Devil over here is going to move in one tile closer. This Legion Devil is going to move adjacent and is going to do an attack. He rolls a 12 plus his 11. That is a successful hit. And then this Legion Devil is also going to move in and attack. He gets a 4. 4 plus 11 is 15. Her armor class is 18. So that is a miss. Okay, so that ends that. Now we go to Heskin. Now Heskin is, we're going to spend a healing surge to bring him back to life, right here. And he earns 3 health points or hit points. I forgot to roll to see this terrifying curse, so we'll just roll it now. I roll a 13, so this curse is gone. He has a hit point of 3, and it is now his turn. So Heskin is going to do several things here. Heskin is first going to use his do guard. Okay, here we go. Shock Sphere. Choose a tile within 2 tiles of you. Attack each monster on that tile. So we're going to choose the tile right in front of me, and we're attacking everybody there. So we're going to do attack each monster. So it's a +9 with 2 damage. So my first one is 13. We're going to go for the guard. It is a successful hit, so the guard is dead. I draw a treasure. It is you and all heroes on your tile gain a +2 AC while this item is in place. So I now have +3, so I have 17. My next attack on the Legion Devil, 15, +9. That one's dead. My next attack on that Legion Devil is a 10. +9 is 19. That one's dead. The Legion Devil. So now, that was my Shock Sphere. That was my attack. Okay. Now I'm going to use Hurl Breath. So let's see. The Legion Devil, that was his Legion Devil, is dead. And the guard, his guard, I believe, is dead. Or was that Vistra's? No. Vistra's guard is dead. Okay. So now I can choose a tile within 2 tiles of you, attack each monster on that tile. This attack does not count as an attack. So I'm going to, before I do that, I want to move within 2 tiles. So I'm going to move in here. I'm going to move right beside the altar. Okay. I'm going to use this Hurled Breath. Attack each monster within 2 tiles. So 1, 2. So I'm attacking each one in there. It's a +5, and it's a 1 damage each. First one. I roll a 16. The Legion Devil is gone. And then my second roll for the Kobold Dragon Shield is a 1 +5, so that is a miss. But inspiring advice, here we go. He rolls an 8. 8 + 5 is 13. 13 on the Kobold Dragon Shield is still a miss. So let me put that back there. Okay, so that was no good to us, but that's okay. So now we draw an encounter card because, and we're going to flip this one over. We're going to draw an encounter card because we did not reveal a new tile. So here comes the encounter card. You are cursed. Remove your hero from play, draw a monster card, and place its figure in the square. At the start of your next hero phase, place your hero on your tile. I'm going to spend my 5 experience to cancel that encounter card. Okay, so now we are back to Vistra. Vistra, instead of moving, we can... Okay, so we're going to use this, Dwarven Resilience. Use this power during your hero phase if, instead of moving, you regain 4 hit points. So I regain 4 hit points, which gets me to 6. Okay, and now I'm not moving. I'm going to use Taunting Advance, move to your speed, then choose a monster within 2 tiles of you, place that monster adjacent to your hero, and attack it. So we're going to assume that the altar well, is that what we want to do? No. Move to your speed, then choose a monster within 2 tiles of you, place that monster adjacent to your hero, and attack it. So I don't know if the altar is considered a monster. Since it has an armor class of 12 and 5, it doesn't attack, so let's just assume it's not a monster. So we're not going to do that. We'll leave it as is. We'll leave it as is. Okay. So now it ends Vistra's hero phase. No, she didn't she didn't move. She's not attacking. She didn't go to an unexplored edge because she can't move, so she draws an encounter card as well. Walls of Magma. Whenever an active hero ends his or her hero phase adjacent to the wall, that hero takes 1 damage. Okay, we're not at a wall, so we're okay. So you know what? I will leave this in play. We're not going to cancel that one. Okay. Okay, so now she activates her villains. She has the Orc Archer in control. A is within 2 tiles. He's going to roll for his arrow attack. He gets a 5 plus 6, which is 13. Not good enough, so she takes a minimum of 1. And that ends her turn. So now, Heskin, he's going to go ahead and he's going to do an attack. Well, I suppose she can do that because it's a monster, right? So we're going to use this one. Choose attack up to 2 monsters. Each monster can be on your tile or within 1 tile of you. So we're going to attack the altar first. It's a 13 plus a 7, so that is a hit. So he has 1 hit. And the Kobold Dragon Shield, 8 plus 7 is 15. Kobold Dragon Shield is 16. She's going to use her Inspiring Advice. He's a 4. It's also a miss, so nothing happened there. Okay? So now he'll stay there. He's not going to move. We draw an encounter card. Lava Flow. We are canceling this one. We're going to spend our 5 experience to cancel that. I do not want Lava Flow. So now we activate Dugard Guard. He moves in 1 tile. We activate Cave Bear, moves in 1 tile. Kobold Dragon Shield moves in 1 tile. Now we go over to Vistra. So Vistra is going to we are going to move in, and we are going to use our taunting advance. So I get 3. Here we go. And I get a +2 bonus. I get an 8, 10, 18. That's good enough. So that's 3 damage. So it's at 4. Okay. And now we already moved. We draw another encounter card. It is a Sulphurous Cloud. Attack each hero on the active hero's tile. It's +8, 1 and poisoned. And if it's a miss, it's still poisoned. So here's the attack. It's 13. 13 plus 8. It is a hit on all of them. Wait, hold on. 13 plus 8 is 21. She has 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is a hit. So she's going to take 1. And she's poisoned. Heskin has 14, 15, 16, 17. And that is a hit as well. So he takes 1, and he is also poisoned. We're in trouble. Okay, that was the encounter. And now Vistra is going to activate her Orc Archer, which is more than 2 tiles away. There's 1, 2. So he's going to move in 1 tile. And now we pass it over to Heskin, who loses 1 health point because of the poisoned. He is going to, all we have to do is do 1 attack. So we're going to do 1 attack on the altar. It is a 2. She is going to use Inspired Advice and reroll. It's a 15. So is that a hit? 15 plus 7 is 21. It hits 5. The altar has been destroyed. I think she takes an extra 1 because they're next to a wall. So technically Vistra would be suffering there, but that's okay. So We're a little loose. Actually, we could have moved her in here if we wanted to the last time, and we could have moved him here. So, and he did his attack. So, there we go. Wrath of Ashardalon, dire chamber, the mysterious chamber in which we revealed the evil altar. We defeated it, we crushed it, and destroyed its evilness with Vistra and Heskin. As you can see, in terms of the gameplay, there's a lot of things happening. You've got your monster cards that you reveal as you reveal the dungeon and explore. It's very easy to get a lot of monsters appearing. Then you've got your encounter cards, which can be a one-time attack or environment attack. It can be a perpetual environment condition. It can be traps or hazards or curses that can happen. And you have to try to manage all that as well as the monsters that you control. So I like it. It's a great dungeon crawler, true to form, and it can be quite exhilarating to get through and try to survive. You only have 2 healing surges. There's not a lot of hit points. You have to work together. So I like the cooperative play, trying to team up together, assist each other, use your abilities to help each other. So this was Wrath of Ashardalon. Thanks for playing. Until next time, stay bored.